Hi, thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Liz, and today I will be sharing with you a homeschool with me type video. It's going to be our science unit study at the moment, which is meteorology through the good and the beautiful. We are on lesson 8, and so far we like it. I will hold back my full opinion of the unit study towards the end, and I do have to add in that we are doing this with a 6-year-old and she's in 1st grade. I do believe that meteorology is a little, higher than her level, maybe. It's like a little above her. So what we do is we mostly do the talking and the discussion part of it, and I might throw in some of the simple type experiments and simple type things, and then we have this book right here, the little kid's first big book of weather, because she is very good at reading. She's very fluent in reading, and so mostly I read to her the information and the lovely books that they include, the mini books that they include, and we talk about it and we just have our discussions and we do our vocabulary wall, and then we might do some of the small experiments if I feel like they're not too much time, because this is something that I do think should be more for an older child. Not too much older, maybe another year, just for the fact that some things, it's more about retention, I don't want to put too much time, more than the 10 to 15 minutes that we do spend into it, just for her to forget. And I think that she's like right at that level where she's going to be remembering some of these words, because as you'll see, she can now remember how to say oxygen and carbon dioxide and nitrogen. But then tomorrow she's not going to, like if I say what are the 3 things that are in air, she's going to say and she might get oxygen and she might remember carbon dioxide, but she might let nitrogen slip off there. So it's more about retention, and we're not too strict. We don't do any tests, and I'm not too hard about, oh, you forgot. It's more of a discussion, and let's see how much you retain, because 2nd grade, that will be a different story. 1st grade is more, we're focusing on reading. But so anyway, she reads after we talk about what we talk about. This is something that I got besides the good and the beautiful, so this is something extra, but it's like at a good reading level, for her. And it just has fun, a lot of pictures and stuff like that. And then she does a couple of pages, maybe a chapter or whatever they're talking about. So whatever we're talking about, I have her read the correlating chapter and this about it, because I noticed that I think she tunes me out sometimes, but if she reads it again and then I ask her questions about she reads, if the information is coming at her from, vocabulary wall, mommy talking, from the book she's reading, then I'm noticing it's retaining a little bit more. So I'm just going to share the 10-minute discussion between us two, and I hope you enjoy. Oh, okay. Alright, so today's lesson is lesson 7 for our science, and do you remember what we are? What kind of scientists we are? Meteorologists. And what does a meteorologist study?
Plants and stuff?
No.
I don't know.
Okay, so a botanist, they study the plants. And then a meteorologist studies, what did we make yesterday to go outside? What are we measuring? The wind blowing, and what else has out there that we're measuring?
Which way the wind's going?
And what else does it look at?
Rain.
Rain, okay, and what else? The thermometer, what does that measure?
How warm or cold it is?
So that's the temperature outside. So if we're looking for rain and windiness and temperature, so you see on our wall, temperature, air, and moisture, what does all that make? You see up there, the weather. So meteorologists study the weather. Okay? So we know that the weather is, what is weather again? Can you tell me the
weather?
Mm-hmm.
Weather is like blowing stuff, like the wind.
And do you remember the definition we learned yesterday? Can you tell me what is weather?
Free content of the atmosphere.
The condition of the atmosphere. So what's happening in the atmosphere, okay? So, in the previous lesson, we learned about the atmosphere. What is the atmosphere?
It's like the sky.
The sky, it is. Okay? The atmosphere is the layer of air that surrounds the earth. So today we're going to learn more about air. So wave your hand really fast in front of your face. Like this, like you're fanning yourself.
The one that's moving is hurting.
Well, fan yourself. Like yourself, okay? Alright, do you feel the air moving against your face? Okay? So air is everywhere. If you look up, air is there. If you look down, air is there. Yep. Air is under the table.
Yeah.
Air is in the refrigerator.
Yeah, but it's really cold air.
Yeah, that's true. Air is all around us. So what is air?
Air is like this ball. It looks like thundering.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so is air actually physical matter? Do you think it's actually something physical?
It's important.
Yeah, it is important. So we're going to try a little experiment to see if it's physical. Okay, so I have this little empty baby bottle, right?
Yeah.
Except I put a napkin in it. Can you feel inside the napkin? Is the napkin dry or wet?
It's dry.
So is there anything else in there? Do you see anything else in there besides the napkin? Okay, so I've got this bowl of water, right? There your sister goes knocking stuff down. You want to fill in there too, son? Is it dry? Okay. Alright, so what does it feel like inside there? Are you sure that's water? See, is the napkin, right? That's the only thing taking up space. Let's just ignore Olivia knocking everything off the bookshelf. Okay. So we put it straight down in there, right? Alright. So, fill in there. Did the napkin get wet?
No.
No, it
Because
didn't.
you didn't want.
I put it straight down. So what was there? What was keeping the water from going in?
This part?
No, like what's inside this bottle that's keeping the water? Air. Air is in there. So air is physical matter. It takes up space. You see that? It's holding its space. That water just can't push the air out. It has nowhere to go. Unless we give it somewhere to go. So how do you think I could give it somewhere to go? Just tilt it a little?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try that. Oh, you see those air bubbles escaping? Okay, so let's fill it now. Did the napkin get wet?
Yeah.
It did. Okay, so the air was, you could see the air moving through the water and coming out because air takes up space. It's not just, I mean, it's here, we can push it around, but it's its own thing. It takes up space, okay? All right. So can you look at the our air definition on the wall and read it to me? Olivia, you're being a bad baby.
It's like those gases that surround the earth. Air, it makes up of moisture, oxygen, and
Nitrogen.
nitrogen, but also includes small
Amounts.
of carbon dioxide and other gases.
So carbon dioxide. So say these words after me. You know oxygen, but air also has nitrogen.
And
Say it. Nitrogen. Nitrogen and carbon dioxide. So you know what oxygen's for. Do you remember what we talked about carbon dioxide is?
It's what the plants eat.
Yeah, it's what the plants need. Okay, so can you tell me where they get their carbon dioxide from? From us when we blow it out. Oh, so what does the plant give off? If it's taking our carbon dioxide, what is it putting out there?
Our air kind.
Oxygen. So let's say those words one more time so we can remember them. Oxygen.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon
Carbon
dioxide and nitrogen. Yeah, those are the 3 things that are air, plus a couple other things that are really small. Okay? Alright, so what do you, so let's answer some questions. Does air take up space? It does take up space. How do we know? Because it was taking up space in that bottle and it wouldn't let the water in unless we gave it somewhere else to go, right? Does air have weight? Nitrogen. Good job.
I said jet.
Alright. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. I did want to mention after the fact that we do homeschool. I have 2 other children. I have a 2-year-old boy and then I have my 9-month-old girl. So this is all homeschooling with those 2 little ones. So you hear him in the background turn on his K-pop, the Korean music that I like, but he likes too. So you hear him turning the TV on and then he plays that for a second. And then you'll hear Olivia ripping all the books off my bookshelf behind us. So that's the, that just comes along with having little ones and doing school with them. But anyways, I hope you liked and like it, possibly. I mean, if you did like it, that would make me really happy. But I hope you have a great day and goodbye.